right, welcome to the official Bluesky exclusive Ask Me Anything. BB Bluesky, which is not dead, okay? I know that we have like a total of 5 reality TV stars on Bluesky, but we are thriving. It is a positive community. It is very wholesome. Yeah, so I opened the doors and let people ask me anything, okay? This is what you all said and wanted to know from me. Up first from Madison, who is my favorite BB crack ship? I would say like me being like shipped with everyone from my season is always gonna sit somewhere special to me. You know, Dan and Ian, that's low-hanging fruit. That is too obvious. For me, it's Quinn or Quam. Okay, no one ever talks about Quam, but we don't get enough love, okay? People remember when he was in the backyard and he was crying and he's like, Quinn's the only one who stood up for me. That's true, Cam, and you voted me out! But nonetheless, love Quam and then love Quinny. Kenny is a police officer, so it never happened. And I think that's what makes it, like, you know, a crack ship, if you will, is the fact that he is a cop. And I don't speak pig Latin, okay? What are you talking about? And then my favorite BB meme, I made a BB meme that was hilarious, just in general. And it's like when Jimmy, it was like a broken record about like the Block City. I made a pretty funny like meme where it was like, hilarious, I'm so funny. But in terms of like a wide, like long arcing meme, I love the Cam where he is just like, nobody, Cam. Lukey Lovey wants to know, Madison wants me to know that Madison wants to know if I think God cares about Big Brother. And I think that if God did care about Big Brother, I would have won Big Brother 26. Okay, I'm a good guy. I'm a good guy. I'm a cool dude. And every single time I was like, I feel like I was like being smited by God every week. Anytime something bad could have gone wrong, it went wrong for me. And that really, really impacted like the longevity of my own game. So therefore, I don't think God cares about Big Brother. And then Thunder Crow 2 wants to know if like any deity cares. I would say Poseidon doesn't. We saw that meme of Joseph when he's like floating in the pool. Poseidon would never let sweet Joseph get that close to dying, okay? Cool Squirtle wants to know, what is the value of n? 3n minus 5 equals -8, and there's like a parentheses, 6 plus 5n. I did the work before this video. Oh, this is how I find out that it's flipped. That's so bad. What do I look like in real life if this is flipped? Anyway, I guess for this segment of the video, I'll make a point to flip it on CapCut. Yeah, we have 3n here, minus 5. And so what you do is you distribute the 8 to the parentheses because there's no multiplication sign between there. And so then that gives you -48 and then just 40. And so then that gives you into this next line, 3n minus 5 equals -48 minus 40n. Because I'm not going to do a plus and then a like negative sign. That makes no sense. And then you add 5 to both sides. Okay, so that then it's just 3n is isolated here. I accidentally messed up, and so that's why there's an extra line, but pretend like you didn't notice that. And so then you have 3n equals -48 minus 40n plus 5. I normally would have just added the 5 to the 48 because they're like in the same family tree. See that n? That's what separates them. But for the sake of the demonstration, I just added it to the end of the equation. We go down a level. That's where I messed up. And so then you are going to move the like 40 to the other side. And so in order, what did I do here? Oh yeah, you just, so see how it's -40? You just add 40n to this side, so it's 0, and then you add 40n to this side, making it, hold on, I gotta sneeze. So we have 3n plus 40n equals -48 plus 5, that's -43, 43n. You divide both sides by 43 to get the value of n, and then that's how we get -1, because -43 divided by 43 is just -1, and then this is me checking my work. Ta-da! Now, perfect. Olivia wants to know, what does the cow signify in this image? Here's the poster. I stream on Twitch 6 days a week, twitch.tv/everynowanquinn. And pretty much I was complaining about that, like, reality TV people keep using AI for their posters, and I was like, look at how easy it is to make a poster for a watch party. Took 2 seconds, made it. And so I was like, oh, well, I already have this cool template with a cow on it. And so I just made it into I was paying homage to a bit that I used earlier. If I were to play BB again, what's something you do differently with your strategy? I think I'd be a lot more selective about those that I give information to. When I play Big Brother again, it will likely be with players whose game I am familiar with. So it kind of puts the I told Angela about my power. If I had known how Angela was going to play, then I wouldn't have done it. But she was in such a good position. I was like, I don't know why she'd compromise this good position and lose out on a valuable ally with a power when she's in no threat of going home. She was the best positioned player week 1. Everyone was so excited that she won HOH that I thought there's no planet where she'd throw away her own game, and then she did that, right? On a returning season, I will be a lot more selective about who I give that information to, as well as I think during the jury segment of the game, I should have just especially during my HOH right before jury, I should have just said, screw it. I'm just going to target those that can win competitions. And I think that would have given me a little bit of longevity. If I put Mackenzie, Chelsea, and Cam on the block, Cam didn't win any competitions, but he always placed super highly. So the assumption in the house was that he was going to eventually win one. And so I would have targeted him, Mackenzie, and Chelsea. If any of them win the, whatever, I put up Angela and pray that people can figure it out. But I think I still go home that next week. I think that I'm kind of fucked no matter what. I just needed, honestly, I think to thread the needle, that was my situation. I just needed Leah to not use the veto and ruin her own chances on Angela. If that doesn't happen, I think that we get a little bit of time before people flip, because we would have had a little bit more threatening of a number advantage. But it is what it is. Yeah, I think that that's something I would do differently, is just be a little more selective. And then as you get to the later stages of the game, just be like, fuck it, I'm going to target those that are the most likely to win a competition. And then the third part of Olivia's question is, would you ever cut your hair as long how you'll always want to keep it? Not that I don't like it, I'd just be curious to see how different styles would look. I think that I should have long hair. I feel like I would look kind of busted, ugly, decrepit, gross, terrible, sick, nasty, but not in the good way, without the long hair. I feel like this is my entire personality trait. This is, I'm sure this played a large factor in me getting on reality TV. So I'm just going to keep what I'm working with. If I ever lose my hair due to genetics, balding is a natural part of aging, I will fly to Turkey and get hair plugs. I don't think that it's gender affirming care. I see zero issue with that. And I'll let people know. I'm not going to hide it. If the hair plugs didn't work, I would get a hair piece, because a toupee is not embarrassing. They are so well done these days that who cares? Even though I should have done this AMA for someone who's experienced this, but I don't know how people wash their hair with a toupee, a hair piece. How does that work? Can you just, I don't know. Sherry Pie wants to know what happens in lockdown. Okay. There are 2 different types of lockdown. Let the record show. There is hard ice. People on Survivor, I've learned, do this as well. And it's when you're just not allowed to talk to people. The move-in day of Big Brother 26, my move-in group, we do everything. Wow, it's so beautiful. We go out and we are presented with Ainsley. We come back in, we are put on hard ice. I sat in the dining room, in the corner at the table. Leah was in the main living room. Lisa was in the bathroom, and then everyone else, I don't know where exactly they went, but they were moved to a different room where we wouldn't be able to talk, and we sat there silently for so long. So that's what happens on the move-in lockdown. And then the traditional lockdown it's like people will make food and stuff like that, bring charcuterie upstairs just to snack on, and then they play through like the speaker comm system. It's definitely from a YouTube playlist, and it's just like the most random playlist you've ever heard in your life. And then like one time before lockdown, Chelsea and everyone was talking about Cheetah Girls. We go in there, they played Cheetah Girls. Lit. And so like a lot of lockdown is just like sitting around, not doing anything particularly cool or interesting or fun, but it's still like they're just playing music. One time Joseph performed a song and he put his whole heart and soul into the performance. That was a lot of fun. Like Matt Hardiman, the Jesus guy, this is his one and only lockdown, and Angela is staring daggers at him because she just hates his guts. And I'll be honest, I liked Matt at the time, right? I thought it was a little like, hey, let him enjoy his last minutes. But he's like, like having a good time dancing, and Angela's just staring at him the whole time. A lot of fun. It really is a disarming spot because no one's allowed to talk game. And that feeds into like the, you know, the more like community side of things where you're able to have conversations that maybe you wouldn't want to have on live feeds, where people are maybe sharing more personal information about their families, stuff like that. Yeah, really chill. Maddie wants to know, what's your dream BB All-Stars 3 cast? I want to do a like new era All-Stars, and you can include people like Paul should get an invite, Josh should get an invite, right? I want to be in the All-Stars lineup, duh. I think Jag should get it. I think like, I don't know. I think that from Big Brother 27, I think Morgan is a good poll. Big Brother 26, I'd like to see myself. Tucker, if he wanted to quit a lot in my season, I don't know if that would stop him from wanting to do All-Stars. I think that he's the type to be like, hey, I owe it to the game to play. So I think he would do it. So myself, Tucker, Angela should get the call. And then I wouldn't mind seeing like Chelsea would be fun because she was, you know, top 5 most dominant winners. But I think, you know, we've already seen a winner. We don't necessarily need one, but if you want. And then I think Brooklyn would be a good call for that. I think that from my season, yeah, we should get 4 people. From Big Brother 25, I would love to see Izzy, Jag, AmeriCorey, of course. I think that's it. Felicia. Oh my God, yeah, Felicia would be fun. In Big Brother 24, I like Turner. I like Joseph. Sure. I don't want Taylor to have to play again. You know, I feel like she kind of proved her point, you know, she did it. But if she wants to play again, then sure. Michael from Big Brother 24 could play if he wants. 23, I would love to see Xavier play. I'd love to see Tiffany play. I'd love to see Hannah Chata, Claire, DX. Like, I think that that's like the people that we'd want to see. 22, no. 21, maybe Tommy Bracco or Kat Dunn would be my 2 picks from that season. 20, Tyler, I want to see him play again. Haley from Big Brother 20, I've met her in real life. She's an angel, and I want her to get the best in life. Yeah, players like that. Just new era, specifically. If you could be an additional cast member for any previous Big Brother season, which one would you choose? I think Big Brother 25 would serve me well. I think that Big Brother 27, that'd be great. That'd be easy money. No, I'm just kidding. I think, like, BB24 sounds kind of miserable. So I'll say like Big Brother 7 because I know what's gonna happen and I can infiltrate it. I actually feel like the easiest win of my life would be Big Brother 10. I think that that'd be the easiest win. Having, you know, whatever foresight. Number one, Me and April went to the same college. That's a fun connection that would instantly bond us. Knowing who Dan is, I would align myself with him. And then next time I win HOH, you know, he goes home. RIP. And then after that, early Big Brother, my strategy early Big Brother would to be sober. I would not drink. And so then therefore I would not be in these screaming matches with people. And I think I'd be able to stay out of the limelight, you know, and be able to sneak to the end, kind of like Dan did. What did you miss the most while you were away in the Big Brother / jury house? I miss Taco Bell so badly. I miss being able to walk in any direction. I'm a distance runner. I like going out and experiencing the world, and I hate being cooped up, okay? And so that's what I missed. I, of course, miss my friends and stuff like that. Listening to rap music, I miss that. And then I would say I also miss being able to drive. I love being behind the wheel. I drive, you know, road trips out the wazoo all the time. And I don't know. It's just a joy for me. And so I'd say those are like the main things I missed. Lee at Pepper the Smaps wants to know, can you vape in the DR? No, but you should be allowed to bring a vape into the Big Brother house. Lukey Lovely wants to know, okay, my genuine question, what player beside yourself do you feel needs to be in Big Brother again? Who do we need a 2.0 of? I think that Hannah Chata would be really cool because she was so young the first time she played. She would be coming back as a doctor. That's pretty badass. Like, you want to see that evolution in their personal life as well as their, like, strategic game. Another player I'd like to see play again would be Izzy. And it's just this idea that she truly understands what it means to play the game, you know? She wasn't there, and luckily she was able to connect with people, but she was not there to just sit there and, like, look around and talk about, like, whatever and play Mafia. She was there to play the game of Big Brother, and she played really hard, and I respect that. I think that that is the most important thing a Big Brother player owes to the fans, to the show, the casting people. You have to play hard, and I think that we should reward that by letting her play on a season without, like, Cameron Harding and Heisem and, like, Nightmare blunt rotation there. You know, I would love to see her get to do that. Floaters Grab a Life Vest wants to know, if I had to pick a theme song for your time on Big Brother or your life, what would it be? My soundtrack for Big Brother is definitely Too Easy by Tizo Touchdown. That, like, album was my HOH album, and every time I listen to it, it takes me back. And, you know, it's a little ironic, Too Easy, and I took the hardest path by putting myself in situations I probably didn't need to do, but I did it for the love of TV, you know? And then in life, oh my god, probably No Hands by Waka Flocka. Be Heard Blue Sky wants me to, like, badly describe a thing that happened in Big Brother, to which I would say a young woman's birthday was disrupted through the disputes of the middle-aged and elderly. That same person wants to know, thoughts on the practice of Big Brother handing out costume punishments. Do you have any costume and general, like, fun/wacky punishment ideas for future seasons? First of all, yes, I love the punishments. I think that that is, like, what makes Big Brother distinct, is when people are wearing the ridiculous outfits. So I'm always going to co-sign that. I wanted a punishment outfit, didn't get one. And so, like, my idea in the future is, like, anything that involves a little bit of a performance. Like, I loved the AI assist. Tucker, like, played a character, and he's like, the name of the 1400s trombone is the sackbot. Like, he just this crazy voice. And I thought that that was fun. He was able to, like, play a character. And then, the Lord of the Latrine. I love something that has, like, a fun costume as well as a role. And I like the idea of, like, DX if you're doing a character. Another question from the same person. They want to know, like, if I had any fun, like, memories from the, like, Big Brother voice talking to us in the house. And my favorite is, like, Mackenzie is sprinting around the backyard with, like, Matt or someone, I don't know. And it's like, cool your jets. That's my favorite. Like, that was the best for me. Crow at Thunder Crow 2. Shout out to the Crow Boys. Alliance that never was. What changes would you make to Big Brother if you were in charge? No limitations, no one can veto you. I'm gonna make sure that the AI arena does not exist after week 4. I think that that is the dumbest thing on the planet, and we keep getting held hostage, but we're not able to backdoor anyone anymore, and it's really disappointing to me. As a viewer and as a gamer, that's something that I would have appreciated, so I'm making that happen immediately. Oh, I think that America should get to vote on a food item for the have-nots week to week. I think that that is fun. I think being a have-not is fun. I also think that we need online exclusives. It really bothers me that I can't look up, like, OTEV BB26. Why? Like, there's nowhere I can find it. There's, like, so little clips on YouTube from Big Brother, and it's, like, extremely frustrating to me. So I'd make that a thing if I worked there. Would I ever go on Survivor or any other reality TV show? Yes, I would go on Survivor, of course. I'm gonna make sure that it's like a well-vetted show, but I would go on pretty much any show, like as long as it's fun. I think I would do great on Survivor. I think I'm schemy. I think that like the game moves so quickly that I'd be able to stab people in the back and it not really catch up to me quite as quickly as it did in Big Brother. And then other shows, like, I just don't want to go on a show that's problematic, you know? Like, I don't want to go on a show where it's like, oh yeah, this is the one where they disrespect like women, you know? Like, my favorite underrated Big Brother player has to be Jace Wiry. He's horrible at the game, but he is so exciting. And he is someone who I feel like really values the idea of Big Brother is a TV show, and so you should have fun. There are times where Jace Wiry is so obnoxious and annoying that he's kind of like a cartoon character, and I appreciate that. I am loud and obnoxious, and I enjoy being ridiculous, and so that is something that was important to me as a contestant, and as a viewer, Jace Wiry, that is something that I see in his game that I really appreciate. You don't have to be good to be fun, you know? And I think that that's something people don't understand is if every Big Brother player weren't messy and every Big Brother player were just Derek Lavaseur, then like, what's the entertainment? What's the show? Derek has a lot of finesse and skill, but you can't have a cast of 16 Dereks because it's just like small, tiny chess moves. And I think that sometimes people will watch someone make inoptimal decisions and then judge them rather than appreciate the fallout that follows it, you know? That's just something I aim for. And then favorite reality TV show no one knows about. Buddy Games. No one watched Buddy Games. I thought it was great. I would love to see like a second season where they bring back CBS talent. That would be fun. Lance still wants to know, what Survivor/Traitor players would you want on Big Brother? Please God, know the challenge, people. Holy comp beast. When I think about which Survivor player I would want to play Big Brother, I think about like Sandra or someone like Genevieve. I think Genevieve would be so awesome. I love her. Yeah, I think those are kind of my two picks. And then in terms of the traitors, Mark Ballas would be great. I love anyone with long curly hair. Mr. Roybot wants to know, why don't you grow out the beard? As a fellow long-haired man, it really pulls the whole look together. And to that, Mr. Roybot, I have to let you know, I can't grow a beard. I don't know what's wrong with me. My dad has like 5 o'clock shadow beard vibe, but not like a beard. And like, I don't know, I just can't grow a beard. I can barely grow a mustache. I shaved the other day, but this is really as long as it gets. And so I would like to be able to just see what I look like with the beard. I would absolutely do the like chin strap whenever that was popular. I was in middle school, so every cool soccer player at the high school level that I knew had the chin strap, and so I'd like to see what it looks like on me, just to know. But yeah, that's kind of the answer to that. That is my Big Brother Bluesky Ask Me Anything. Thank you all so much for like participating. I really appreciate you, and I love Bluesky. If you don't have Bluesky, get on Bluesky. It's a lot of fun. Okay, Bye.
I'm the rudest guy on the planet. I forgot to answer Alexandra's question. So they wanted to know if I still rock climb, and if so, what's my favorite kind of like way to climb or whatever. No, I don't climb. I have not climbed since living in Nebraska. I don't know, it just doesn't feel right to rock climb without my boulder babes in Nebraska. And then it's also like there's not a gym nearby me in Oklahoma at all. I don't live near the city. And so it's just like super disappointing because I do love rock climbing and I feel like it would be great for me health-wise, but unfortunately, no, I don't rock climb anymore. My favorite way to rock climb, like my favorite hold is a jug, okay? Then my favorite way to like rock climb is smearing. I have some like beefy like legs. I'm so strong in my lower half of my body. Nowhere up here, no. All down in the thighs. So my favorite thing is to smear. And so what that is, for those of you that don't rock climb, it's like you're holding on here and then you create tension with your foot up against the wall. Not an actual hold, but the wall itself. And by doing that, you're able to create tension and get to places that you otherwise wouldn't be able to. That is my favorite way to rock climb. I feel like it is very creative, very fun, and super satisfying.